Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today you get a tour of my house. This is my painting, this is my window. I started the broadcast outside, it was great. And then I couldn't finish it because it started pouring, like really pouring. And I couldn't do anything with my phone, it was just sliding. All right, anyway, today is a special day for me. I was telling you about my personal calendar, which is a calendar that everybody gets. I just am more aware because I'm working with calendar for understanding the cycles, 9 days, 9 months, 9-year cycle, which signify particular energy and particular accomplishment situations in other painting in my life, and helps me keep myself more focused. So yesterday on my calendar was day 3, the day of analysis, and today is the day 4, which is about focus on something that you put for yourself as a goal. So anybody who are born on 4th or 13th or 31st or 22nd are the people of this energy. And like I said before, the numbers only signify the energy that you experience in yourself, in your surroundings, how people reflect your energy, and also how the space, the environment reflects your energy. So when we set a goal, when we think about the goal, very often that goal comes from a motivational speaker. I'm walking on the walker, on a treadmill. So it's a little strange and different because it has a little up. So it has a little bit of resistance. So when we create a goal, we usually have a motivational speaker or a book or somebody in your household that wants you to do something, or something you always dream about. When you set a goal, there is this impulse forward, the desire forward. At the same time, there is always a resistance. There is always a resistance because we are not exactly free from everything that happens around us. And what our memory, what our understanding of ourselves, who we are in our own mind, who we are in the eyes of other people, always affect that. So when you have a little bit of resistance, like I have on my treadmill right now, it becomes a little difficult to move forward toward the goal. And resistance is something that happens all the time. We live in the material plane. This is the friction, a little bit of a friction that helps us stay grounded, stay put in place. And that friction that helps us to stay in one place does not let us go forward. You need to have an effort, a little bit of an effort. So today I got out with an effort to walk. So about 7:15 around, I think the rain started, or 7:30, and I was walking, and it was okay for a while because I was not having my phone in my hand. But then I realized that my goal to broadcast today is being compromised, because when the rain got harder, I can walk in the rain, it's no problem. I actually love it. And the water washes out impurities from your mind and from your body. So it was all good. But then my goal of broadcasting was compromised. So at this point, I had to make a decision. Do I go inside? I love walking outside. Inside is not as fun. Or do I keep my goal of walking and talking? And I made a decision to adjust. And that's what setting a goal is all about. When you find an idea, when you have information, when somebody shares the goal with you, or you want to share the goal with somebody else, at that moment, the goal seems very attractive. And then things happening, maybe you start accomplishing the goal, and there are some things that are playing within this movement up and forward that you need to adjust. And very often that's the point in which we lose the energy. And the energy is lost because we find another focus, right? Like today is the rain, and my focus is on the rain. How do I get home? How do I get dry? How do I dry my phone and all of that? So when you have an analytical mind, logical mind, the logical mind likes to chew on things, come back to the same idea again and again and again and again. When you have a free mind with the imagination working really well, then it seems everything is possible. But without logic, you get into situations that get you stuck anyway. So we're always coming up and forward against the gravity, against something that holds you back. For example, walking on a treadmill and talking on the phone is not very safe, so I'm not going to do a long broadcast. But I wanted to bring to your attention that if you already decided to walk, no matter what, even if it's between your kitchen and your bedroom. If you already decided to do something, because I've talked a lot about different things on this broadcast, and maybe it inspired you to do something, just do it. Do not let your focus wander from what you decided for yourself. Because very often, our action are not necessarily our action. We grow up with parents, teachers, preachers, friends, bosses, co-workers. Every day is the next day for us to learn and grow. But very often we take the lessons as a failure. And when that happens, you stop yourself from growing and moving forward. And also the way we're growing and moving forward is not necessarily always optimal, because we learn it from everybody. Did you notice how you sometimes walk and talk and stand and focus very similarly as your parents are, especially the mother, because the mother has 80% of her genetic and energy deposited in our body. The father is about 20%. I didn't make it up, I've read it somewhere. And so sometimes people cannot recognize your voice on the phone because you talk exactly like your mother, or you talk like your child. And that is because we pick up things from other people, we integrate it in our body, and now we act as if, we think as if that person is still here, even though they don't live with you anymore, or they don't have really any power over you, but it's integrated as yours. So when you set a goal, very often the goal is not necessarily yours. Sometimes the goal is bigger than your energy, sometimes it's smaller than your energy. And as you start accomplishing the goal, you can figure things out. I don't have it in me, or I can have a much bigger goal. And don't let your mind, which is just the recording of all that you've heard from many different sources, including media, motivational speakers, your family, your co-workers, and everything else. Don't let it stop you from adjusting your goal. And then as you start moving toward your goal, focus on what got you there in the first place. Because as you go through your life, things might get discouraging or motivational. But what got you toward that goal is still there, or you wouldn't be working. Therefore, focus on that which is important to you. And the third important part of it is do it for yourself 100%. When I know that I'm working for me, and I'm talking for me because it helps me walk, then you might get benefit from it. Today, I might not be able to do it in the same way, because the fresh air and the nature and the sunshine charges me. And magically, because day 4 is magical in terms of you bring your energy up and you're happy, and happy things get into your focus, or you get dissatisfied and upset, and it brings the upsetting things in your focus. I choose to smile and to move toward my goals. So right now I'm gonna keep walking for another hour. I walked for about an hour so far, and usually I walk for 2 hours, because only at that point your energy starts moving up to your head, where it frees your head up, out, gets the all the garbage out, all the thoughts that are usually limiting thoughts, our but. So when you do this, you are able to set clearer goals. And one more thing that I wanted to mention today is when we analyze, very often we analyze other people. It's easier, we see things out there. And when we want a goal to be accomplished, we want that goal to be accomplished for other person. That is the focus out. And when I work with my clients, absolutely, I focus out on my clients. I focus out to understand, to hear, to be useful, to be strategic, to be managing crises if they appear, to be real, because nothing's real until you make it real. But at the same time, if I'm completely out of my body and out of my experience, there would be nothing I can analyze or share. So when you start focusing on other people, like your children or your husband, or your boss or your co-workers, you don't really have much of a control. And people don't really care to hear what you analyzed about them unless they come to your consultation with the intention to have that. So focusing out means you create a whole big strategy. You create a sequence of actions that has to be happening. You want to make it comfortable for yourself to deliver it. And in the preparation of doing all of that, you already lost the energy. And when you come into relationship with the low energy, which is usually criticism, and analysis is no longer neutral, they're somewhat critical, and your delivery is somewhat pressure, creates somewhat of a pressure, because you want somebody else to do it. And since you don't have enough energy for yourself, you take whatever is left on another, and you share not the most optimal energy. So it doesn't look like inspiration, it looks more like pressure. And then we have resistance of that person, and then we take it personally. So taking things personally means I did something that I didn't expect to create that kind of result. I had a different result in my mind, and now I'm upset. So because today is my forward-moving day, goal setting, readjusting the goals, making sure I'm focused on my goals and other people just get it as a bonus. I suggest, you can think about it, to focus your day on yourself and have yourself as a focus of your goal, and have your body, your money, your relationships, your thinking, your plans, anything you have, to focus it on yourself. Why is it so important? Because when you have a material result of your goal, of your idea, people can take it from the field of who you are, from your energy, from your role modeling, and it is much safer than pushing somebody, making somebody do things that they didn't plan, but you planned for them. And usually we want other people to do something because it makes us feel better. So you know exactly how to feel better and what you need for that. It's not what you think usually. That person needs to change. That person needs to say something differently. That person needs to behave differently in order for me to stop worrying about him or her. You don't have to worry about anybody, because worry is an illusion. You create situations in the future that now are stories in your mind, and your body reacts to this, and you feel that sense of unsafety. So if you want somebody to be safe, you be safe. You give them an example of how to be safe. You share your experiences, if they care to listen. And that's about it. And then you let the bird fly, and you don't stop your people, whether it's children, husband, parents, or anybody else, for making their own decisions, for making their own goals, and making their own mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are the steps to success. And some teachers, if you look at online, for example, they only teach about what not to do, because they've done a lot of mistakes. Maybe they did not accomplish anything yet, major, but now they've accomplished a playbook of what not to do, what's wrong with the world. And that is a great knowledge, because you can learn from teachers, or you can learn from your own experience. Up to you, of course, but own experience is usually shows up as a crisis. So sometimes it's much easier to actually learn from somebody else's information. And once that information comes, whether you make it your goal or not is absolutely up to you. But if you decided on something, bring the commitment in. I am in. I'm 100% in. And I don't need anybody else to be in it with me, because I am the leader in my life. Competence number one. I am a strategist, a manager, and controller only about this field. The rest of it is not in my control, and therefore I cannot strategize. I am the leader in my life, and I can lead myself wherever I need to go without making somebody else a leader in my life. And then I create relationship, competency number two, relationship with myself, in which I love myself enough to allow myself to move freely. And once I understand that that is a very important competency, to make relationships with somebody, first with yourself, that allows, you can do it. You can do it, absolutely, no problem. You don't have to have any permissions for anybody else. Then you can transfer that relationship into your outer world. And then you analyze. You see what is lacking, what is the knowledge that I don't have yet, what are the mistakes that I didn't make yet, and how can I make it in a safe way by setting a goal and adjusting that goal to be able to keep moving, to progress, no matter what kind of rain it is. And as it's raining outside and everything's wet, I am still walking, even though I don't love it. Inside it's hot, and the picture is the same all the time. But I am planning in a few minutes to go, and if the rain is not too hard, I will keep walking. Why not? So adjusting your goals as you go. And only then you decide what kind of actions are appropriate for this goal. And maybe half of the actions you're doing might not necessarily be useful. Maybe some actions take you away from your goal. Maybe some directions take you away from your goal. So again, adjust the actions, competency number 5. Make it comfortable. I was walking under the rain for a while until it became uncomfortable because my pants stuck to my feet, and it was hard to move. So I had to come in and dry up before I can go again. Make it comfortable. Love yourself enough to allow yourself to be in your own focus of how things should be for you, with love and wisdom of your body and your mind and your experience. And only then you have enough energy. Then you build the energy for action, and with this energy you get a material result. So material result is the consequence of those competencies, or all 7 competencies I was talking about, plus applying yourself. Competency number 8 is working toward your goal, doing little sequential movements forward toward what you set for yourself. And then you feel safe, secure, and full of energy, and able to share with other people. And with that, I wish you a blessed day. I hope you walk at some point with me, without me, but moving your body so your body registers you as a go-getter, as a forward goer, as somebody who can go up in your consciousness, in your Kundalini energy, as somebody can be present to whatever's going on in a day and be able to adjust in a way that nothing can stop you. On my feed, you can see videos posted by my friend, Alexandra Isayevich. She is an artist. I'm also an artist, so it's a cooperation of two artists. She's a very wise woman. I believe I'm pretty wise as well. So we are creating a series of broadcasts about our project called Brave and Unstoppable. Brave and Unstoppable is the set of metaphorical cards that helps you understand where you get stuck and why. What are the parts of your memory, experience, and knowledge make you too smart and you know what the result would be before you even do it? Well, every time it's a different time. Every goal is a different goal. So you don't really know. Even if you make a mistake before or you believe that you fail in anything, it's not true. You've learned something. In every failure, there is a benefit. And in every obstacle, there is an expansion, a possibility, a potential. And those cards are teaching you exactly that. So you can look at her broadcasts. They're very short, a couple minutes. And also on our joint website, insightfulcolor.com. Insightful color, because in the color we put our insights. And images are very interesting. They also affect your body energetically. There is a lot of particularity. It's not random, but some of it is random because we both are channels, and our messages come from energetic field of humanity, energetic field of the planet, energetic field of the cosmos, with the intent to be present to our body and help ourselves and you focus on what's going on so you can energize those areas that get stuck. So look at this on insightfulcolor.com and also on my feed. If you have any questions, if you'd like a strategic mini session, I would love to connect with you. Write directly and request, ask, and you shall receive. I want to share my knowledge, my wisdom with you. It's complementary for you. It is also complementary for me, because when I get your compliment, when you say, yes, it worked, yes, I understand, it really gives me energy for action. Because what we do for living is breathing and sharing the energy of your soul. The rest of it is a bonus. So I always receive because I empty. I open the space in my heart and in my mind by sharing what I know, what I learn with you and with my clients. Some of you are my clients. So when I share without any other agenda, just to share, because I know something and I want to know what you know, that exchange is extremely complementary. So in every consultation, even if it seems free, nothing is free, we exchange energy, we amplify each other, we show the part of the universe that has been hiding, we find our blind spots, and we become more aware and awake. And that's why these consultations are just as great for me as they're great for you. So if you're interested in discovering what your mission is in life, what are your actions, what your proof orientation, also what proof orientation is good for your children, because your children are born for a particular mission, but until 33 they would not know, you would not know. At 33 it kicks and gets into conflict with who they are, usually, because the mission says you have to do it. And it says it so strongly that you just keep going towards something that you don't understand. If you're interested in all of that, who you are, what your inspirational words, code words for success are, what your numbers, birthday numbers tell you, what's your metrics of life, what are the competencies that you already have from the birth, and what are the competencies that still have to be worked on. What do you get through a relationship? There are answers and answers and answers, but only if you ask the question. Sometimes people come to consultation and say, tell me anything you know. Well, anything I know will go forever. I will never stop talking. So if you have a question, you can write me directly and we can get together on the phone and talk about it. Absolutely confidential. Nobody will ever know. Even if you're my friend or family, still nobody will know. It stays within me. And I study universe through that. And my mission, I'm going to say something that might knock you off your feet, but my mission is create safety and security by understanding universal laws and following those laws so your environment supports you and not creates friction on your road to success. How about that? It just came up to me in these words, and I love it. I create safety through understanding and teaching the universal laws, and it's only 9 of them, so no worries, it's not that much. And those universal laws play out in your family, in your health, in your money, in your relationships with the world, in your business, everywhere the same laws, but of course they play out differently. And because we all have different birth dates, we all have different metrics of connection with the world. Even if you're born on the same day with somebody, even if you're born in the same place and the same moment, you are different. And you need to learn how different you are, unpack yourself, accept yourself, understand how unique you are. And only then, not only that you love yourself, not because everybody says you have to love yourself. You love yourself because you understand you're a gift for the world. And then you start sharing that gift. And that is a true mission and true proof orientation. All right. With that, I'm finishing my broadcast. Much love. Great success. Ask your questions. Write me directly. Walk, move, set a goal. Never step away from your goal. Adjust your goal if it doesn't work for you. Keep up and forward. Up and forward. Up and forward.